Hello, Aries. Thank you for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn, Supportive Oracle Cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle Cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen. There's Gretchen's last name. That way, if you'd like to find any of those artists, you can do that. All right. Aries. Okay. Okay, so I'm curious how this is going to work out because it seems to be like a roller coaster ride, quite frankly. It does feel like a roller coaster ride. This kind of reminds me of Sagittarius a little bit because you're starting off and things do not feel great. The Ten of Swords is devastation. And then you got release. Something or someone, because it's open over here, something or someone completely disappointed you to the point where you were literally devastated. Because of that, you walked away. It's like one of those things where, it's almost like, you can't make anything else out of the situation. It's gone so far off the mark, you're just done and you walk away. Something devastated you. It seems really simple. There's not a lot of information coming through this part. But what I'm getting is, this is the best for the situation. Gratitude is popping up in the environment saying, you're making the best decision. It's time to move on. Something failed miserably. Because of that, you decided to disconnect from it. That's the best. I feel like that's the best solution for you. They're saying that was the best way to do it. They're not getting into details. I don't know why. Usually I get a couple examples, but not getting anything on that one. They're more focusing on what comes next. Something else, like it's almost like you're coming across an old car that you know how to fix, or something like that. Or it's almost like an old house that you know how to fix up. Because you got grief and completion. Somebody else is leaving something else behind. This is very interesting to me. Grief and completion tells me something else is being left behind by somebody else. Because of that, you're getting the opportunity. This could be a new job where somebody leaves a job abruptly. Somebody else needs to fill that job, and then you just show up at the right time, and that you slide right in. Because I'm getting the Wheel of Fortune going for you, and the Six of Wands, which is telling me an opportunity coming up out of the blue. You're not expecting it, but it's perfect. It's success for you. Boom, you're right in there. It's very interesting to me how it's kind of set up that way. I get that. Like spiritually, it just seems to work correctly. But I feel like the way you're looking at it is like, wow, that's quite serendipitous. It just kind of popped right into the right spot. There's not a lot coming in with that either. That's interesting enough. But you got this card coming in next to Workaholic. Whatever the situation is, you do seem to feel there's a lot of success here. It's kind of got you amped up. So you're doing a lot of work here. But I feel like other people also have to do a lot of work to keep up with you. So you're making a lot happen here. Whatever you're doing, you're making a lot. There's a lot of progress. So there's a lot of good going on here. People seem to be praising you, but also seem to be bothered that they have to fight to keep up. It seems like there's some type of momentum. You're creating some type of momentum. You're keeping it going, getting it going. It's going really well. It's going really fast. I do feel like there's a lot of speed in this. You're getting a lot done. And there's a lot of benefits that people are getting out of this. So it's a really good thing for other people, yet they're having a hard time keeping up, and that's the Three of Swords. So it's kind of like half to one, six to the other. One of those things, like half a dozen to one, six to the other. There you go. Because people are really enjoying it, but they're really stressed by it at the same time. Now, people are not being honest with you at this point. Now, Is that, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be good or not, because I feel like you got the Queen of Swords crossed by the moon, which tells me there's a lot of talking going on, but there's a lot of like, it's almost turning it more into gossip. This is in the action line, like what's actually happening. So it's almost like people are venting about what's going on here and maybe saying a little more than they should, but then it's getting distorted by the moon. I feel like things are being, it's almost like somebody overhears somebody saying like, "Oh, so and so brought this to the potluck, and it really wasn't that good." No, well, but then it goes into the next phase. Like somebody repeats that and says, "Oh my God, so and so brought this stuff, and what so and so that person's allergic to it. I don't know what's wrong with them." And then somebody else overhears that and goes, "Oh my God, the Aries brought food and just to be nasty brought something that nobody liked." Blah blah blah. And it just keeps growing. It's kind of like, "Oh my God, the Aries can't cook with garbage. Like they didn't even cook. They burnt something and brought it just because they were bitter." And like it just keeps getting worse. And like the original situation was this one person just didn't like what you brought. That was all. Maybe you brought something with fish and they don't eat fish. That's all it was. It was nothing that bad. But something's getting really distorted out of focus. It's really weird. It's almost saying like, you took somebody's seat and you didn't know it. They told you and you gave it, oh, okay, here's your seat. And you moved on, but then somebody else is going, "Oh my God, they took your seat." And then somebody else is going, "Oh my God, that the Aries just arrogantly took somebody's seat and demanded to keep it." And then the next person saying that Aries is just thinking they're running their show, blah 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 blah. Like it just keeps getting worse. It gets so far away from the truth. It's like that game of telephone where you get six people in a line, and the first person whispers like they read something off a piece of paper, they whisper it to the next person, they whisper it to the next person, all the way to the sixth person, and then when the sixth person says what they thought, what they heard, they're like, "I heard that tulips grow in the autumn." And they're like, "Well, the original thing was, the car got broke down in the corner, so I don't know how you got that." But it's that far away. It's that game of telephone if you ever did that. That's the distortion. The distortion is way out there, though, way out there. And I'm getting like people are starting to isolate themselves from you because they think that you don't like them. Like that's how distorted this is. Like that was really crazy, that spot. But it's so out of focus that somebody is hearing something third or fourth hand, thinking you don't like them and isolating themselves from you because they think you don't like them based on a rumor that they don't realize is just a complete fabrication. It's like you never said anything about this person, but they think you don't like them. You don't even think about them. That's starting a problem here. Ugh, I really think there's a problem starting because somebody thinks you don't like them based on rumors, and I also feel like you didn't say anything about that person, left or right. You probably didn't say anything good nor anything bad, anything in between. Like if you said their name, it's just because you had to read it off a piece of paper. Like you have no feelings left or right about this person, but they think you have a problem with them, and they're isolating themselves from you. That's starting a problem. I'm getting when this situation keeps going, literally somebody takes that ball and runs with it. Trickery with the Princess of Swords is telling me it feels more like the Queen though, and the Queen's already out, so I'm kind of feeling like somebody's taking the initiative to create rumors, to build more rumors off of that thing. There's trickery here. Somebody has their own agenda. They're using that rumor. They're using this person's feelings. Like this person feels like you don't like them. They're not willing to be a part of things because of it. Somebody's manipulating that situation, and they're cementing it in. With the Ace of Pentacles, it's coming in right with that. This is causing a whole new feeling with the situation. All of a sudden, people aren't being very nice to you based on a rumor. It's not even true. It's so far distorted, though, that it's hard to track back like where this even came from. It's that far distorted. There's a lot of distortion here. A lot of just ridiculousness. What's going to happen, I feel, is like this situation, you're going to move away from this. You're going to actually go into a different situation. This situation, I feel like you're going to walk away from it. The reason I'm getting that is because you got the Six of Swords, which is moving on from troubled waters again, yet again. and there's something better out there for you. This seems like this was just a temporary thing, and I feel like that's probably what this reading is about. Just letting you know that this situation was only meant to be temporary, so don't let it bother you too much, because you got better things to create. I do feel like this is gonna bother you though. You're not gonna understand why people are treating you the way they are, and it's gonna make you feel bad. I feel like you're gonna try to figure it out and not get answers and not get. You're gonna try to figure it out, and nobody's gonna be able to really tell you where it came from or why this person feels that way. Nobody can really give you a straight answer. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. You're not gonna like that. You're going to be disappointed when you walk away, but when you walk away, you're creating something new. You're going into something better. The whole point of this is the situation was temporary to begin with. You may not have realized that when you got involved in it, but it was meant to be temporary. Something much more better. Abundance is coming out. You have to move on from this situation anyway. It's almost like setting you up to move to this better situation. You're going to move on from this because you're meant to move on to this better situation. I feel like this is mostly just to let you know that was temporary. It was supposed to be. So, moving into something better. I don't know. What else do you want to say about it? I think we're good. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading for me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. It's James4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.